Jeanne.
I'm just so overwhelmed, Chloe. It's hard to focus with my friend being in the hospital. I hate to let anyone down here, but my friend doesn't have any family around here. I'm all he has.
I understand, Nathan. Why don't you take the day off to go be with him? Lisa's a little light on her work, and she can take over some things for you while you are out.
Really? Thank you so much for being so understanding. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Chloe, could you come to my office for a moment? I need to talk to you. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Nathan. I understand your desire to be liked by your team, but I think you're being a little too lenient on them.
He's having a tough time. I think it'd be good for him to take off.
Chloe, we have a business to run here, and if he can't do his job because of personal problems, then we need to address it. Soon everyone's going to think that they can take off whenever they want to just because they're having a tough time.
I want my team to know that I care about them as people, and not just as a name on the payroll.
You can care about them without letting them walk all over you. What kind of example does this set for the rest of your team?
Fine, I'll talk to him. I just don't understand him, Brianna. That's how you end up with turnover when people don't feel cared about.
I get it. At the same time, I don't think Jim is ever going to see things the way you do.
I just wish there was a way I could change his outlook on things.
Maybe you can, if you get an expert opinion. I know. Why don't you
Ask Joe
and Jeanne?
It's good that Chloe understands the importance of her employees knowing she cares about them. Research shows that one of the best predictors of employee performance is employees knowing that their supervisor or someone at work cares about them as a person. She's showing Nathan that she cares for him and understands his need to support his friend. This type of action instills loyalty within team members and will no doubt be rewarded by Nathan's extra effort when needed. She's also reinforcing the fact that they are one unified team where people support each other. I'm sure Lisa will have no problem covering for Nathan because she knows Chloe will give her the same flexibility if she ever needs it. Care is one of the greatest gifts we can give someone, and it's a gift that instills trust and goodwill in relationships. Now, being caring and lenient are not the same thing. Chloe's being caring. If she were to let Nathan consistently miss deadlines, that would be lenient and wrong. Jim doesn't seem to understand that Chloe has a good handle on who's doing what, so she knows the work will get done. Jim should manage to the outcome and not micromanage how the team gets there. Although it might be difficult, it might be helpful for Chloe to talk to Jim about having the freedom to lead her team in the way she feels is correct to produce the expected results. As a leader, Jim should be concerned with the results, not the process of getting work done. It's obvious from her conversation with Brianna that following Jim's advice would be uncomfortable and stressful for Chloe and not her typical way of leading. Jim may never change, but if Chloe can set some boundaries with him, it may make her work life less stressful. Chloe doesn't have to manage the way she's managed. She should do what she knows is right and continue to lead in her way. Leaders should care about the welfare of their employees, in part because employees are there to contribute to the business, and feeling that they and their work are cared for makes employees more invested in the company. But more importantly, because they're human, and life is better when we care for and support one another. If you have a leadership concern, please email me at askjoe@mycuservices.com. I'd love to help.
Have a leadership concern and need a second opinion? Ask Joe and Jeanne. Send your questions to askjoe@mycuservices.com.